Thank you very much, James. And joining me here are two players that are kind of monumental to the UK scene in Call of Duty 4, of course, LoOkZor and Lighters. Starting off with you, Jason, what does it mean for you to be here with your team today?
It means a lot. We've been playing really hard, practicing, trying to get here, and we finally made it, and hopefully you can win today.
Yeah, I mean, you performed quite well throughout the group stage. Obviously, you were completely unbeaten there. You had 3 draws, though. And what do you think is the most surprising thing about this final? Of course, ATS not being there. Do you think that's a big upset?
Yes and no. They are a good team, but since they dropped Tom and they've got a little weaker, so I'm not that surprised that they're not here.
And what about the MVP award? Of course, your younger brother is in there as well, and of course, Lighters. Who, in your opinion, should take that MVP award?
Well, obviously I reckon my brother, but because it's a popularity contest, I don't think he'll win.
So who do you think will win?
Lighters.
Okay, so Lighters, I think that's a good point to pass over to you. We've got the stats, behind the whole framework of the SLTV, and actually you're the second highest fragger. You've got the highest frag ratio, the biggest difference out of all the players. The only other player that actually tops you is RZE. Now, is it going to be hard coming into this final without him?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we've played plenty of games throughout the season with Chubby, who was filling in for RZE, so I think we'll be well prepared for it.
Yeah, I mean, Epilotic as well is high up on that list, and of course he's not here either. What do you think to your overall team? You're really prepared for this one?
Yeah, well, like I say, we used a 6-man lineup throughout the season, so we're rotating 1 man. So we're used to playing with the players that we've got now. I mean, we've practiced 2 full thorough weeks with this lineup, so we're well prepared.
And what about the MVP award as well? I've got to bring this up. As Jason said, it may have turned into a bit of a popularity contest. Why are you so popular?
It might be a good looking thing or something like that, or it might be the skill of the game.
No shameless promoting then. You've been messaging on IRC, haven't you? Vote for me. So who do you think's the biggest threat to Reason in this tournament?
Dignitas, definitely.
Yeah, Dignitas? And you think this is going to be hard? And what about the other side of the bracket? Obviously, Infuse up against the underdogs here, 0 Point. What do you think about 0 Point being here, and how do you think they'll go up against Infuse?
I think they're the dark horse, 0 Point. I think they'll do well. I think they're a bit underrated, but they'll give Infused a really good game.
I mean, 0 Point, do you think they deserve to be here over ATS? Do you think it's a fair representation of the top 4 in the UK?
Well, it depends how you represent it, really, but rules are rules. You've got to follow them, and not knowing the rules is no excuse. So to follow the rules, and they deserve the chance.
Yeah, and what about this game going forward? Obviously, we're going to be actually playing District first of all, which is going to be your choice. What's the reason behind picking District?
Well, originally Dignitas eliminated Crossfire, which was our first choice. So our backup map was District because we figured then would eliminate that map. So this was the second best practice map, so it made sense to choose that.
And what about the other map? It's going to be Strike. Are you confident on striking?
Yeah, we've beat Dignitas on Strike before, so we're prepared to do it again.
And Jason, put your hand over your mouth there. What do you think about the maps? Are they good for you?
They're my 2 best maps, so yeah, should be really good, yeah.
So you're pretty happy that you're going to be playing those 2?
Yeah. I don't want to play Crossfire, and I don't want to play Backlot, so.
Okay, and other than yourselves, who do you think's got the biggest chance of winning this tournament?
Well, considering we're playing Reason, it's really hard actually between ZP and Infused, because Infused haven't been playing and 0 Point have really been practicing. It might be really close. So it will come down to who's playing good, who gets into it. I reckon if Infused do get into it though, they will win by a close score.
And what about going forward in Call of Duty 4? There's a little bit of a dispute about which mod should be used around this time. It's kind of split in the community almost, especially over in North America. What's your personal opinion on it? Should be used in DAM or Pro Mod?
At first, I did think we should be using DAM, but after trying it for a bit, I think it's complicating things too much. I reckon we should use what we used over the summer, but the SMG weakened a little and cook nades off. Okay, and Lighters, your opinion on that?
On the mods, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, from my experience, Pro Mod 4.2, the latest version of it, I think that's the only mod I've played, so that's the only one I can give feedback on. The original versions were damn. The changes were quite radical, so it was too new and too radical for players to get used to, but obviously, if it's adapted and changed for them to suit, then it could take on. But I think Pro Mod 4 will be the way forward.
Okay, so good luck, guys. I'll not keep you too much longer. I know you need to set up. So that game is coming up next. Of course, it will be Dignitas versus Reason. But first of all, we've got James over in the free gaming area to tell you a little bit about what you can do today here in London.